Okay, guys. Well, you're welcome to a second edition of the VAR, where we view, review, and preview the Premier League games. Today we have our fans for the show. We have Jerry, the current week's champion from Arsenal. We have Fabian Omo Baba,
United.
a loser from Manchester United. Then we have our two winners from Liverpool, Timoh. And we have Lordcliff.
Yeah.
So, guys, you're welcome to the show. Quickly, we'll just talk about the weekend's big game, which was Arsenal v Manchester United. So I'll get the reactions from Omo, the loser, before we move on to the winner. Omo, tell us, what happened? What happened? What happened?
Manchester United versus Arsenal. First of all, I want to point out the referee. I want to point out the
Jesus,
referee.
really?
Now, we want to point out the
Really?
referee. No, I want to point out the referee because we got robbed. We got robbed in that game. Secondly, I want to point out our coach. Amorim picked the wrong players for the formation. Because there is no way someone like Mason Mount should be starting when we already signed a new number 9.
Okay.
Secondly, we already know Arsenal midfield is very, very proactive. Why are you going to start Casemiro? It doesn't make sense.
So who should have started?
You should have started Ugarte. We know, okay, Ugarte doesn't have great passes. Ugarte doesn't have, the right pass selection in his foot. But at the same time, you start with the most active and proactive player. You know when we play against Arsenal?
Yeah.
Arsenal signed new players and still, you know what Arsenal did? They start Gyökeres. They start their new signing.
Very aggressive, yeah.
But Manchester United, they went to pick players that we know that they're not really that good. Luke Shaw should not be starting for Manchester United.
Wow. I think it's experience though.
Should not be starting for Manchester United in any reason because Luke Shaw have never proved himself under Amorim. Never. Mason Mount.
He barely played.
He barely played. Mason Mount. Why are you starting Mason Mount?
Experience.
What experience?
Experience. In the Premier League.
Come on, man.
Experience.
Yeah, well, I think, again, I'll share these opinions. For me, I'm not a big fan of Casemiro. I think he should retire by now, but I guess Amorim feels differently. So, Arsenal, the weekend winner. What are your reactions about the game? How do you feel? How do you guys perform during that game?
Well, we're gentle people. We don't talk much. We play on the field. It's better to play on the field than talk too much. If you can remember, Mr. Moderator, on Friday, I couldn't talk during this podcast because I was being bashed from right to left, center, forward, behind my back, everything. I couldn't say anything. They told me 3-0, 2-0, but I knew and I believed in my boys, and I knew soccer is all about on the pitch, rather than, ranting and running them out. So I'm really, really proud of the boys. We didn't play to our best, that I will say. But notwithstanding, they did their job. We did the job, which was the 3 points.
So which player impressed you the most on the Arsenal side?
Zubimendi was the best player between the both teams.
Yeah, I think
Zubimendi captivated the whole field by himself. Look at the passes that he made. The pass he touched. I mean, there was not a play that moved from our back line to the forward right going through Zubimendi. And even when Manchester United, had their attacks and everything, who was there to stop it? Zubimendi. So I felt like at one point I was one of those people where like, you know what, he's a good player, but the price tag on him was not really something that I was really happy with. But trust me, now I believe he's 2 times that price tag. So I was really, really impressed with the way he played. And then looking at the 2, they call them in French, les Lions Indomptables.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
Gabriel and Saliba. The untouchables.
The untouchables.
I feel like in the world right now, they are the best. The 2 best. That's for me.
Wow. Jesus.
That's for me.
Jesus.
I feel like for the
Arsenal,
they are the best pair center backs. That's for me. I'm an Arsenal fan. Why not talk good about your players?
A trophyless Arsenal fan.
Yeah. It's all right. Okay. It's all right. But at the end of the day, we took the 3 points, and I was so happy because on Sunday, some people couldn't talk. Until now, they can't even
talk. They had TikTok videos shouting.
I'm proud of my team. I'm proud of my team.
Yeah, well, good. That was good. I was very impressed.
We got robbed.
You got robbed again. You're saying that by the ref.
No, Rob, we got 2 penalties he didn't give us. We had 2 penalties he didn't give us.
You know there's VAR.
No, we have VAR, but not even
You're
VAR
actually
against
a VAR
Man.
show.
Come on now, let's be real. We got robbed. We had penalty in that game. We had penalty in that game.
nothing to talk to you about.
No, we had penalty
We
in
don't
that
have
game.
nothing to argue
Even
about.
the goal they score against Manchester United, it was a foul. It was a foul.
What are you
They
talking?
didn't even check. They didn't even check VAR. Come on now, let's be honest.
You know what?
Even though we bias about our club, let's be honest. Come on now.
I've been honest. That's why I won.
Okay, well, let's get the neutral people. Let's get the current EPL champion. So let's get reaction from Lordcliff. Lordcliff, what do you think, or what do you think about that game? What are your reactions about that game? So let's be honest.
For that game to be a game for day one, that was impressive. Manchester United Arsenal, the first game of the season, and those two giants. Let me give Manchester United, even though they're a sleeping giant right now. You know, yeah. Yeah. So it was an interesting game. I mean, the game lived up to expectations, even though us as neutrals, we always like to see a lot of goals in those type of games. But yeah, when you watch that game, you felt like there were a lot of goals, but from one side, which was the United side, because they were playing the better football. Yeah, I even predicted them on Friday for winning the game. I say 2-1. I know. Well, Arsenal scored their 1 goal, but United couldn't score their 2 goals. So they messed up my prediction as
you were
well.
right on one side.
Yeah. But for real, it was a good game of football, and the Zubimendi man, that guy was a baller for that game. I just feel like, in as much as match day 1, it could easily be a turning point for United, and it can easily be a break point, because putting in mind that you had your first game at home and you're losing after a terrible season that you had doesn't speak good. But again, your signings, I think this is the first time you guys have signed players in the long run, players that you actually need in their positions, And the game was very, very interesting. You guys were the better team. But at the end of the day, Arsenal was also coming to Manchester United, knowing that they're coming to a big club, a big team with new signings. So they also had to bring their own game that was able to get them the 3 points, which is what they did. That's what was important at the end of the day. But it was a good game of football, and I know for sure if United keep that pace, because most of the times what they do is they play better against the big teams. You can see even from last year, he had a good game against Liverpool, a perfect game against Manchester City.
Yeah.
A couple of good games with Chelsea and big teams in general last year. So they always have a flop when they go to. I don't want to look down on anything, but forgive me, the Bournemouths and all the other likes. You see, they just drop their tempo.
Yeah.
But if they can play with that same tempo they did against Arsenal, it's going to be an interesting season.
Yeah. Coach Timoh,
Yeah.
reactions about that game. What do you think? Arsenal, Manchester United. That was a banger for the weekend.
Oh, as a Liverpool fan, I actually didn't want none of the team to win. I was just watching for the game and I was like, oh, I wish nobody scored. I wish everybody had an injury. I wish all the new signing that they had an injury so that Liverpool can take the cup again. But it was an interesting game. Arsenal, always they call it set piece FC. The only one opportunity they had, they made use of it by scoring to a set piece. And then United, also I was really surprised, right? I thought Arsenal was going to bat for them. Arsenal was going to beat them all the way. But for my surprise, I saw what's his name, Matthias Cunha running with the ball, like we said, because Zubimendi was there to stop him. So it was an interesting game. I really loved the game, But again, as a neutral fan, as a Liverpool fan, I wanted both of them to lose.
Oh, okay. Well, that's interesting. Well, I think as a football fan, you always want to watch a good game, and I think that was a great game.
Yeah.
Even though it wasn't very entertaining, there were no goals, just one goal from Arsenal. And Jerry, please tell me, why do you guys keep scoring from corner kicks? I don't understand. Last year you guys scored 31, 32 goals
Stoke City.
on corner kicks alone. Like there's something called open play goals. Like every other team scores through passes and open play goals. But Arsenal, they take pride in scoring through corner kicks. Granted, it's part of the game, but what is that issue with Arsenal and corner kicks?
First of all, I'll say using the word pride in scoring from corner kicks is an overstatement. Reason being, I feel like each Premier League team or each professional team has a set piece coach. Which is, if you can't find those goals, playing on the ground, then you can score from set piece. So we are really good at doing that. How many times have we scored from set piece? Since from last year, nobody has mastered us from set piece. So what does that tell you? Arsenal thinks 10 steps ahead of most of the teams that we play against.
But you guys score
So,
goals, yeah.
Being in set piece or whatever, we still get we score and we get the points. So I'm really, really impressed with our coach, Nico
Set piece
Bovac.
goals, yeah.
Nico Bovac, he has done a very, very good, very, very good job. And I like the fact that we have Spaniards kind of like taking care of the team right now, because if you see the ball, the kind of football we play good football when we want to play football. You know what I mean? So I mean, set piece is part of the game. So we get the 3 points at the end of the day. Those guys who say we score set piece, they can't even score the same set piece we score.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
guys like Manchester United.
No, we're not calling names here, it's in a podcast, but at the end of the day, Manchester United is just one of those teams that I don't think, they played very good. I'll give them that. They did a very good job. They played more than we did. Normally, everybody knows Arsenal is Arsenal plays good football. But I can bet you, the second leg, the return leg, is not going to be easy for them at Emirates. It's not going to be